He's finally done it. Phil Jackson, as the new president of basketball operations, has finally made a move that can potentially change this franchise, honestly speaking. I mean, we know this guy may not be an MVP level, player anymore, but he definitely brings a lot of attributes and assets and benefits to this Knicks franchise. And of course, I'm talking about the Derrick Rose trade from Chicago to New York. I am a citizen of New York City. I do live within the 5 boroughs. I've heard Knicks fans, some of them are ecstatic, some of them are a little disappointed, but all in all, I think, this is a great move in, it's putting the Knicks into the right direction. For one thing, like, Derrick Rose comes from a winning culture. Like, he went to Simeon High School in Chicago, produced plenty of winners. Nick Anderson, Jabari Parker came after him. That school has just pumped out great basketball players in its day. And, he's coached under Tom Thibodeau, who was, a defensive mastermind. During his tenure with the Bulls, the Bulls were always in the top echelons in defensive rating and, just overall intensity on that side of the ball. And that is something that the Knicks desperately need. Like, defense is horrible these past couple of years. There's no pride at all on that end of the court. And, it's just something just has to change. And I think bringing in a guy like Derrick Rose can start the process of changing that around to building New York back into a winning culture, And, also, Derrick Rose is a hard worker. A lot of people skip over this fact. They list the games, how many games he hasn't played. And yes, it's excessive, but coming back from ACL and MCL tears is no easy feat. Like, to even make it back on the court, it takes ridiculous amount of rehab and hard work in the gym, which not only has he done it once, he's done it twice. And he still made it back to the court to have a very respectable season last year, solid numbers all the way around. Bulls didn't do so well, they changed coaches and everything, but all in all, for a guy who has tore his ACL twice, he really showed me something by making it back both times. Because a lot of ACL tears have ended careers in many cases, but D Rose has fought his way back to really becoming the starting, really getting back to the starting point guard level here in the NBA. And another great thing about this trade for the Knicks is that even if this doesn't work out and this becomes a disaster, as maybe D Rose won't fit into the system, he won't, the media may tear him apart like they do every other superstar athlete that comes to the city. But all in all, if it doesn't work out, that's a lot of cap money for the season after next, which means the Knicks will basically be going in there with a clean slate, and that's something that really needs to happen for the Knicks, so they can start this rebuilding with a fresh new cycle of players and tons of cap room that can be created by this trade. Because with Robin Lopez, he's a very solid NBA center, does all the dirty work, brings a lot of intensity, and these are all great things that I'm surely gonna miss. But at the same time, it wasn't like he was an elite level player who can really change the course of a season for a franchise. So losing him, it kind of sucks a little bit, but that cap space in the foreseeable future is very promising. And even if D Rose does decide to stick around and it does work out and he becomes our starting point guard for the future, chances are he's not making $20+ million a year. So it's definitely going to free up some cap space for the Knicks going forward. And the most exciting thing about this that I'm hoping for this in the back of my mind, my gut is just praying for this, is that this will make the Knicks more attractive for a New York City native by the name of Joakim Noah. I think he is a very important piece to changing the culture of the Knicks. This guy is a defensive juggernaut. He also came under Thibodeau, has been, the anchor of the defense for the Bulls, who have been in the top of the league in the defensive end for many a years, despite this past season that just ended. But bringing Joakim Noah to your franchise is going to instantly change. The practices are going to be different. He's going to hold people accountable. The intensity is going to be a whole lot liver within the players because they're practicing with this every day. So it's going to become second nature to them. I really think Joakim Noah is the leader. Yes, I said it. The leader that the Knicks lead. Because Carmelo Anthony, I mean, I'm not a big fan of his at all. I was mad when Phil Jackson re-signed him, honestly speaking, because yeah, he's a all-world offensive talent, but he does not have the win intangibles. He's not the type to really take pride on defense. He's always smiling when he hits jump shots and the Knicks are down by 20. I can't stand that. And, he just doesn't have a clue on how to lead a franchise to the promised land. But I think Joakim Noah, he may not be the player that Carmelo is, but he has the intangibles to change the culture so that the Knicks can become a real contender in the near future, building that winning culture. This is Casey Mack, Shot Takers Network. Let me know what you think. Do you think this D Rose trade was a bad move? Do you disagree with me that it's going to have a lot of benefits for the Knicks down in the future? Let me know in the comments below. All right, you guys take it easy.